So it comes in this little box. Yeah, there's bits missing, but they're all out here. I got this from a fellow motorsport fan, Martin, who had a Mini, but he was lured away by a Miata. So he had this available, put it up for grabs, and I jumped in it straight away. So nothing like making your life easier. I am a firm believer in having the right tools to do the job and going from there. So these fellas that are in here are part of the tool for the reinstallation of the lower control arm bushing. When we go and fit our Powerflex bushings, we will be using these. And I'll have to go and shoot another video for that, and because I have no idea how that's going to work. No instructions, would you believe it? So this is what it came with. So you have an outer tube that has a slot in it. Two reasons: you can see the OEM bushing coming out, but you can also, it's a way of being able to get in and moving it around if you, sort of like a hole saw, you know, where sometimes you gotta relieve it to get the parts out of the inside. There is a draw stud, and the draw stud includes tapped in two different sizes. One size is to match the end plate, which is this fella here, and the other size is to match your draw nut, and that's what you're tightening to move the bushing out of the lower control arm bracket. Here's the bracket with the offending bushing. As you can see, unlike a lot of stuff you see on YouTube, there are no saw cuts. We've done no damage whatsoever to this. The great thing about it is that it can be used on the car to move that out. So we'll look at the other parts of it. We have this ball bearing race that has two profiled washers, and the washers basically are profiled to match the ball bearings in here. Be careful, because these can come out, so always try to keep it together like that. And the other thing is the other end cap, which has got no threads on it. It does have an O-ring, and it locates in the outer right here, like that. It will draw down into place. Now, the one thing I did notice was that I had stripped off some little bits of the O-ring as it has got pulled in. I am not totally understanding why the O-ring's there, other than to hold the pair of them together. But what we're going to have is this is designed to go over the top. And you can see there's the bushing inside the O-ring. Sorry, there is the bushing inside the outer, let's call it an outer sleeve. I think I'll have to go back and redo some of the Facebook naming, but it's an outer sleeve. It's designed so that you can pull this in, and it just holds it all in there when it comes apart. Now, I take this off of here and move this over and set it on top of that threaded end plate. You will see that the end plate is actually a smaller diameter than this, but it is of a large enough diameter that it can push against the outer steel on the bushing. So that is what gets drawn this way as we tighten the other end. So let's go and take the draw bolt, put the draw bolt on there like so. You're going to push it into, as you can see, it'll slide right through there, so there's no interference, and it will then push this forward. So if we imagine that this is on here, like so, then we lower this on top of it so that it is pushing against the bracket on this side. Then we take the ball bearing race and put them on, and we tighten down the nut. As we would tighten this down and this gets longer and comes out, we are actually drawing the OEM bushing up into the outer sleeve. Now, the two things that I have found, or three things I have found. So this bracket, don't even try to go and rotate this when it's sitting out here like this. This has to be located in a solid vise like so, in there, because you're going to be using a breaker bar at least that long to get the torque. Remember, this is an interference fit between here and in there. So you're needing to exert a fair bit of force on it. If you're going to be doing this on the car, this bracket is located and it's going to be easy. This is going to be sticking out the front of the car, and you're going to draw it out through, and it's wham bam, thank you ma'am. Done. Easy. Forget about it once you have pulled the wishbone. And somebody told me it's not that easy, but again, if you have the right tools, it is easy. So remember what we say about the right tools. The other thing that is of note is this is a 24 mil nut. And as you can see, there's a fair bit of depth there. So you need to use a deep socket to be able to drive this down the draw shaft, whatever, and pull this up. You will reach a point where you bottom the shaft out on the inside of the deep socket. At that point, because you have moved this thing and it's already moving, all you got to do is go and get a 24 mil wrench or an adjustable. An adjustable is what you guys, well, no, we call it an adjustable. We called it a shifter in the UK. And this is a shifter because we're shifting the size of it all around. So there it is. It's going to go on there like so and tighten away. And it pops out really easy. So that is how you use the Sarta lower control arm tool to go and pull out the OEM bushing. Now, if you want information on this, we are going to look at this, and that is the item number. S-B7 BMW, and importer is Techman. I don't know if That is the importer into North America. Like everything else, is made in China, but you know, it seems to be well done. It did not strip any threads out of it, so as far as I'm concerned, that's good. There is very little information online about this tool. So we will have another video later on to show how we use the tool to insert the Powerflex bushings into the bracket, and we are going to be putting in the Black Series with camber inducing adjustments on it. So what you're actually doing is you're moving the pivot point out, so that allows you to then tweak the lower control arm. So what it's doing is, by putting it in as per Powerflex instructions, you're going to take the front and it's going to get rotated. So hopefully this helps, and I will ask Martin Danby where he did source this Sarta kit, and it'll be there for anyone that the info will be there for anyone that needs it. So hope you enjoyed this, and look forward to talking to you next time.